What's up, market makers? It's Brendan. I am back. I had 2 days off, guys. My first 2 days in 6 months, 7 months now of doing this. Wasn't really off. I was doing trades in a room and talking in the room, but I had to travel. I had a puppy fly in from France. I had to drive to Miami. Long story short, that you guys don't want to hear. I spent 20 hours over the course of 2 days in the car. So I needed some time to recoup. I am back. We need to focus on what's happening in Bitcoin. So much has started happening around the world, or escalate, I shouldn't say started happening, but oil took off through the roof. We were buying this at 86 in the room, and as you guys can see, it went well over $115. I don't know where it's at this moment because I didn't look yet, but it's been shooting up like crazy. The commodities are shooting up like crazy. Guys, we have to look at the ripple effects. This isn't a political show, but obviously there's conflict in Eastern Europe. And regardless of what you think is right or wrong over there, the financial implications of removing Russia from SWIFT, their stock market being closed and crashing. Some of their stocks are off 90%. This will have a ripple effect in the economy, and Russia is a large economy. It's not a top 3 economy. It is a very large economy and a very large oil producer. So just keep in mind, when we sanction people, that will come back as far as these other countries, Western Europe particularly, go in the cost of energy and the cost of other goods, okay? So it's just something to understand. So where does that leave us? Well, this is a unique time. We are trading in a bubble in equities, and as you guys know, the wealthiest 1% own 35% of all equities. So this leaves crypto in a really interesting spot. If crypto is going to hold the mantle of being like freedom, financial freedom for the younger generation, the generation, I guess, right after me, I'm 43, it needs to hold the line, and it needs to start moving up, making structures of support and moving up, which is what we wanted to see it do with the other commodities like gold, because it's marketed as digital gold. Unfortunately, crypto's been moving a lot like a tech stock, okay? This is the Russell 2000 overlaid on Bitcoin, and check this out. Just focus on this one area right here, okay, at the end. They've been tracking very similar. Now obviously, Bitcoin's much more volatile, so the candle structures are going to be more volatile. Let me show you this, though, when you pull this down. I mean, this overlay is ridiculous, okay? Bitcoin's there at the bottom. So look at that. I mean, this is how closely they're tracking. Bitcoin tracks like a hyperspec stock. We want it to move like digital gold, but do we really? Gold hasn't done much in the last few years. Yes, now it's taking off because it's a great inflation hedge. But Bitcoin's Bitcoin, and if it moves like a hyperspec, it moves like a hyperspec, but you just got to realize what you're trading. Understand what you're trading, understand when to buy it. 2/3 of people are upside down in Bitcoin. 2/3 of people are upside down in Bitcoin. They're buying it at the wrong time. Don't buy with FOMO, guys. This is why we have this show. If you guys like this type of stuff, definitely smash the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and consider checking out our room if you want to learn education and how to trade these markets in crypto and commodities and equities, because we do trades. Oh, and Forex. We do trades almost every single day in at least one of these markets. Wherever the best trades are presenting themselves, those trades get posted, guys. Let's go ahead and look at this on the daily. So on the daily time frame here, as you can see, we are struggling with our 0.5 fib. Basically, Bitcoin, we had this nice low down here, right? This was our January low. We built a higher low. We've been over this. And as you can see, we had a nice sign of strength, came up, got to resistance, and then fell back down. We held the support, but we couldn't hold it, and we fell back down, sign of weakness, and ended up back down here, retesting our lows. Not quite retesting, but basically retesting our lows, right? Well, patterns repeat themselves, and Bitcoin's doing the exact same thing right now. There's your low. There's your higher low, and then here is potentially your higher low. Now we want to see Bitcoin do just that. Utilize these fibs, either flip to 0.5 or come back down, rest on the ceiling of this Wyckoff box, or come down to 382 and then start moving back up. And the reason we want to do that, guys, let me show you this again. We've been talking about the last couple of videos, but you can see this on Ichi, right? Look at exactly like we talked about. We could try to move up into the cloud. However, it's a lot of resistance. Got rejected. This is the 233 in red and the 144 cutting across here, and they're getting lower. You can see they're descending, right? But what price is doing, since we got rejected, is trying to hold support, build up our backup area, and then start coming back around in a cup type pattern again and probably make some type of wave or something and try to break through in this more narrow area, which starts basically like March 13th, March 14th, okay? Obviously it can break through anywhere, but it's easier to break through in these areas, okay? This is a daily time frame, and to break through, you got to test the 144 and 233, and that is going to be key resistance to the rise. So that's something really your focus needs to be on. But right now, the 0.5 fib at 40,790 is important to flip it, and it looks like you may come down and retest the ceiling here at 39,816, or the 382 fib at 39,264 may be your destination, and you want to hold that for support. Okay, you want to hold that for support. This is a daily time frame, but this could just be getting this cup pattern here would be really bullish, especially if we get our breakout again with a sign of strength, okay? And since we're tracking so closely to the other markets, you can track this with the other markets as well. Obviously, if the Russell and the NASDAQ, the two heaviest tech indexes, if they become very bullish, you will see Bitcoin become bullish. Bitcoin may lead, Bitcoin may lag. There doesn't seem to be rhyme or reason. We were tracking it in the room. Sometimes Bitcoin dumps first, then they dump. Sometimes they pump first, then Bitcoin pumps. So it doesn't seem to be that easy to narrow down. But let's go ahead and look at our ALMA here on the daily, our no moving average. And as you can see, we're still in a green trend, and it says we're in a green trend unless we get below 38.5, okay? Well, I have it at 39,264. You don't want to lose that support fib, or else you're coming back down into this box, which would not be that bullish at that juncture. Let's go ahead and look at, where's our volatility at? Let's go ahead and check the Caterpillar here. See if we're still tunneling up or not. We are definitely still tunneling up. You see that? This is the width here. Look at this. You're definitely tunneling up, okay? So we could be seeing a bullish move up. We get this type of constriction here on the daily. Even though we were below the median line, we got to pump up, okay? Because we were accumulating. It's so important to understand Wyckoff. And I know so many people, I see it all the time on YouTube, just take a schematic overlay and look, it's Wyckoff. That's not how Wyckoff works. Wyckoff is a series of steps that have to be labeled that price follows, okay? So there's not a chart you can stick on something and say that's Wyckoff. That every single chart will behave in different patterns and formations, but they follow these key Wyckoff steps, and within Wyckoff you can find harmonic patterns like on my screen. You can find Fibonacci support and resistance. It is a fantastic trading method. It is a roadmap to success. Wyckoff doesn't give you entrances and exits in the term of a dollar figure. We utilize fibs and patterns and techniques like that for that. Wyckoff gives you that roadmap, that overlay saying if price does this, then it will do that. If price does that, then it will do this. And that's the advantage of understanding Wyckoff, guys, and you can definitely learn that in our room. Let's go ahead and forward this to the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, steps are really pretty clear here. As you can see, we had a nice climax, and then our automatic reaction. We have our down thrust outside of our range. Price came up, got our up thrust, and instead of getting weak right there, we got weak up here with this up thrust and fell back down. But we built, once again, that higher low structure, okay? The higher low structure accumulation, and look at these nice sign of strength candles. Now, the problem that you ran into up here is this is people selling into strength, okay? So you buy weakness, you buy blood in the streets, you buy fear, but you sell into strength when you want to get out of your position. And you can see this in the VSA, volume spread analysis, part of Wyckoff. Look at the shadows on these candles. Heavy supply wicks. You see this? So candles got super bullish, rocketing up here, but got supply dumped on them hard and eventually just rolled back down. Had some demand kick back in, but once again, you're not really holding support. What's frustrating is we were above the 233. We had a bullish cross with the 55 and 233, and we just lost it again. So we're going to fall back down to 39,977. Slightly different number here on the 4-hour time frame for the 0.5 fib, but we'll see if we can hold this as support. We don't want to return to this lower trading range. Then it's just more work for Bitcoin to do. How's it going to happen? I mean, like I said, a lot of this is just going to depend on these other markets. Let's do a quick update on the Russell because it is 213 on Friday. Russell had a down day today. Russell has a lot of things. I mean, it's literally the same setup as Bitcoin. It even has similar patterns as Bitcoin, but the moving averages on the daily are above you, the big moving averages, and you're falling to the 0.5 support. So Russell was going sideways, but it's basically been in the exact same pattern. I mean, that overlay is amazing. This exact same pattern is a daily time frame. They're moving the exact same way. So you can watch this and watch both of them, and you'll even see the same climax candles. You see this? That's what's kind of funny. You'll see the same climax candles. Price is dropping, price is dropping. But let's go back to the 4 hour. I get sidetracked. They go on side rants. Let's look at a couple things here. Let's look at my ATR buy sell, and we're in a selling trend. 2 sigmas away from ATR, but we're in a selling trend right now. Again, we got to hold key support. If we don't hold key support, we're going down lower. Hopefully not past the 382 at 39,272, because you do want to keep this higher low structure intact. It is very important for momentum to move up. Okay, constantly have buying, and then you're going to have selling into the strength, and then when you fall back, to hold that key support level is a very bullish thing to do. And is there anything else on here we're seeing? Let's see where Alma is here. Again, bullish until 38,102. So that's on the Alma, the Arno moving average. You guys can check that out if you're interested in it. And let's go ahead and take a look at our indicators. ATR, still kind of elevated. If you notice, we haven't had a deep retracement on the ATR since over here. And this is February 19th, so it's been a while. We've been getting these higher level retracements and not as big of moves. You see this? It's been kind of choppy, not a lot of explosions. I mean, yes, we did have a nice sign of strength here, not a lot of explosions, and you'll see that. And then you see the accumulation kind of waved up and just kind of waving down. Alma flip from green to red, and that's where we are right now, in a downtrend, but holding on to this higher low pattern so far. We'll see if this holds up the rest of the day. The markets didn't dump too bad. I'm looking at the Russell specifically, did not dump too bad, but this will be really nice. Let's go ahead and just lower this to 382, okay? You saw this higher low structure. This is actually a 3 valleys pattern that's forming as well. You have your low, you have your higher low, you have your peak, you have your higher peak. Now this would need to come back down, make a cup again, make some type of accumulation structure, and start making its headway coming back up. Okay, that's what it needs to do. We'll see if that happens, guys. It is Friday. We're walking into the weekend, low volume weekend. Anything is possible. Lots of global politics and things going on. And guys, this is also why it's important to trade, potentially trade more than one asset, okay? More than one asset class. Crypto's fantastic. If you have any interest in learning how to trade commodities, trade Forex, trade the equities, you can learn about all that in our room as well. That's my bread and butter, as you guys know from watching the channel, over 20 years in that space. So I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend, and I hope everybody makes big bags this weekend. Guys, check out our links. Everything's in the video description. Check out our Twitter as well. I'd love to see you guys there. Another video coming tomorrow. Take care, everybody.